in the middle.
Sorry.
First of all, as confident as you were going in, did you realistically think that it would be as quote unquote easy as it was? And then secondly, when did you know, when did you know this was your fight?
I knew I broke him mentally after the first round. It was my game plan. I stick to it. My game plan was to make the first round and the second round a clinch and mostly like a wrestling match. Because BJ Penn, when he come out, he always come out very strong in the first round because he got a very good hand speed. So I wanted to make him tired to carry my weight. So all the blood, because he got very small and agile shoulder for speed. So all the blood would have gone in his shoulder because by pushing me away. So then after, his hand would not have been as fast as it is normally. And then later in the fight, I would have been able to pick him up.
Were you surprised that he lasted as long as he did because you were putting a pretty bad whipping on him throughout?
Not at all. He's a very tough guy, and I think it's at the end of the first round, fourth round. I was mad. I was trying to finish him hard, but he always survived. You know, he's a pretty tough guy. You know, I'm not surprised. I was expecting that.
George, you before this fight, there was a lot of talk about BJ being probably having an edge in the stand-up, striking wise. But it seemed that you were able to control him even in the stand-up using your reach advantage. Was that part of your fight plan?
Stand-up, you know, people talk about stand-up, this and that. It's a mixed martial art fight. I'm gonna tell you something that people need to understand sometime. If I'm a good striker and I'm fighting a good grappler, I'm gonna be afraid of his ground. But if the guy, you know, sometimes when a guy is afraid of your ground, you know, it makes your stand-up look better. You know what I mean? So, and I'm very confident with my stand-up. Now I box with world champion and boxers and former world champion boxers in Montreal. So I'm in very good hand. But it's not really sometimes a question of stand-up or just ground. It's a question of global, you know, like what is your strategy and how the fight would go. I know he was afraid of my wrestling. So it make my stand-up a little bit look better, maybe, you know.
George, what did you weigh coming into the octagon, and how important was the weight advantage in this fight?
I was weighing approximately like 185, you know, 187, and yeah, I had more weight, and that's why my strategy was to make a clinch fight in the first round. Make it very physique. Make him pushing me away. Make him carrying my weight. So we make his shoulder and his shoulder tired. And after that, I would have been able to pick him up because he would not have been able to use his hand speed.
Would that make you any more leery of taking on Anderson Silva down the road?
You know, every opponent are different. You know. If I fight somebody else, I will have another strategy. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just a question of strategy. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm a very proud champion. I always look for the best challenge, and right now I think the next online is Thiago Alves is the best guy right now, and I'm glad to fight him.
George, congratulations. Can you tell us how this evening feels compared to when you won the title, when you won your title back? How does this evening compare?
It's the best day of my career so far. It's a memorable time for me because with the prime time and everything, it make the show even bigger. You know what I mean? So for me, it was very important to perform very well tonight.
Et pour les gens chez vous à Québec, est-ce que vous pouvez dire la même chose en français?
Oui, c'était très important pour moi de bien performer ce soir parce que à cause de la télé-réalité qu'il y a eu aux États-Unis, le UFC Prime Time, ça m'a donné beaucoup de visibilité. Alors, je devais offrir une bonne performance et c'est ce que j'ai fait. Donc, je suis très satisfait.